Yeah, they kind of match with the lights on the top and the flowers.
Yeah. Well, we're recording now.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Say hi, boys.
Say hi, boys.
Hello. Boyos. Oh, hello there.
So, welcome to the DemureCast, General Kenobi. And this is the first episode of...
DemureCast.
Woo.
Yes.
Titled Dark Side of the Moon. If it wasn't obvious what
The
we're
hard
listening
side
to.
of the sponge.
The hard side of the sponge, yeah.
How are you guys doing?
I'm pretty good. I got up late today, so I feel not tired.
I am kinda tired, but generally speak, I leave tired. So, pretty much...
It's genuine general quarantine sort of lifestyle at the moment.
Yes.
So, if you hadn't guessed, this is the DemureCast. We are planning to do this.
Wait, what is this?
The DemureCast.
Okay. Is it here though, right?
Yeah, this is where the DemureCast gets filmed.
Okay, so it's the DemureCast.
This is going out live, except for this episode, which is going to be pre-recorded.
But not pre-rehearsed.
The
most important thing.
Please.
Yeah, no one can rehearse that stupidity.
The idea of these podcasts is for us to sit down, have a chat. We have a vinyl playing, as you can both see in here. And we decided to go for Dark Side of the Moon.
Something familiar.
Yeah.
To start off with.
Yes. And just something we all love and generally just really, really like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that like each of us in their own way, we mix our life experience, as probably everyone does with this kind of album. Yeah, we all have probably like really, really different feeling associated with that. Now, what would you associate with this track in particular?
with breathe.
Yeah.
Cold air on a frosty February morning.
Yeah, it does have that kind of feeling.
Fair enough. I don't know, for me it's kind of more like the first
warm.
breath in the morning that you give when you're awake and you're like, oh, another day, where's my coffee? And you just like wander in the kitchen looking for the morning
Definitely
coffee.
something I associate with this track. But first off, I would just want to like let us introduce ourselves for people who don't know who Demure are and people who don't know who we are.
Which is pretty much the same
band.
thing, right?
Well, we're a band.
Yeah.
Go check us out. Our logo is down there.
You can find us on
All
every
these
social
links.
media, basically Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We opened the TikTok account just recently, and of course here on YouTube.
/ Twitch. When this goes out on Twitch, because this one's not going on Twitch. So,
yeah, everything is going on Twitch.
But I'm Jeremy. I am a guitar player and I've done solos.
And you're coordinating most of the podcast stuff as well.
Yeah. Just this stuff though.
Hello everyone, I'm Simone. I play guitar too. I'm just here to create mess.
Very apt.
And I'm Josh. I'm the singer. Yeah.
So we've managed to talk through the first track of Pink Floyd. Apparently, so we're now on the Run, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
A really interesting song if you think about it.
How
It's one of the first like mainstream success song that does a really, really heavy use of synth for the whole track. Even the hats that you hear, like the drum hat, they're not eventually has that still come from the synth. Basically, this track is all synth and sound effect. And what it's meant to represent is the fear of flying that the band was living at the moment. Because like, I mean, flying in the 70s probably was slightly different than flying now. I'm not sure about
You could smoke on planes, so it was a lot cooler. if you're scared and you get on a plane but you can have a cigarette, that's not too bad.
When did Airplane come out?
I mean, at the beginning
Yeah.
of the 20th century.
The beginning of the 20th century.
Yeah, because like the first flight was like 1901.
No, not aeroplanes. No, the movie.
I don't think I've seen it.
Do you remember Con Air?
I do know Con Air.
Nick
Yeah,
Cage.
the one with Nick Cage on it and the prisoners. Yeah, that was
no,
brilliant.
I don't remember.
That's such a cheesy movie.
I feel like I've been hiding in an igloo so far because I don't think I've
You
seen
really
it.
have.
Okay.
What about Snakes on a Plane?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, it's got Samuel L. Jackson.
I prefer horses and boats, but
Tired of these motherfucking horses on these motherfucking boat.
How do we get from Pink Floyd to Samuel L. Jackson?
With the idea of this podcast.
Hey!
DemureCast.
Congratulations.
I just dubbed on a podcast. Yes, guys.
Yeah, you have to excuse us. This is gonna be the first episode. So it'll be a little rusty, but we're just gonna have a general chat, have a talk, do what we want to do.
But yeah, this track's a weird one, and it can be quite intense.
Yeah, especially towards the end, in which you have the actual sound effect of a plane that is crashing.
It played at the end, didn't it?
Yeah,
Or one of them. There's a couple throughout.
No,
the track,
at the very end is the last thing that you hear before the song ends.
I didn't know it was about that. That's cool.
Yeah.
So,
No, I didn't either.
so because the first side is about life experiences, like key factors of life, right? So,
Yeah.
So fear of flying is a key factor of life.
I mean,
Or is it just
probably
fear?
for the band at the moment it was. Because if you think about it, like this record wasn't necessarily meant to be for everyone. A lot of the stuff are actually an actual reference to what the band was living at the moment. That makes sense.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
Even when we come to brand image, like the band you're in that plays different tune, it's actually the same Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
A few people have fear of flying actually. I think it's Benjamin Burnley from Breaking Benjamin. He's got a massive fear of flying, so that's why they very rarely come to Europe.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to see him at, I think it was 2017, Reading, which obviously I had to ditch all my friends and go and watch them because I knew they weren't going to be in the UK again for another 10 years probably. So.
Oh yeah.
This is the occasion in which you leave everything and you go.
Yeah, let's not make any sacrifices.
To be fair, I had a pretty similar experience at some point. I had to go to Switzerland to see this gig, for which there was like this third as a main act and a band called Avatar, which is one of my favorite bands, doing the opening. The only problem is that like when you're like 16, 17, you're still underage and you have to take like a 10 hours bus to Zurich. It's not really that easy, especially when you had to sleep in the street too.
Well,
it's like
for context, Simone grew up in Italy, hence his accent among other things.
yeah, I think I could tell.
And his cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, one day we'll do a podcast with the carbonara.
Yeah.
Oh bloody hell! Is that my alarm?
Yeah, that's
time already, guys.
Yeah, it's time for what?
Time.
Oh, it's like Bruce Buffer time.
Yeah.
It's time.
One of the highlights of this side of the album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. That solo is fantastic, and we're gonna listen to it because it's coming.
Everything about this album
I like
is
the
kind
clocks
of
at the
fantastic.
beginning.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. What's your opinion on the clocks?
I so much hate them because every time they put this song on, I'm thinking about the song. So like the whole rest of the song. I'm really relaxing, thinking about what was going on, like where it will bring me, and then you just have the clocks ringing.
Yeah,
you've got to get warmed up.
That's a good point because there's like an immediate explosion of tension, and then there's a huge long wait until the actual song starts.
Yeah,
so it's kind of cool.
But the question is, why do that? Because the first time someone listened to that, they're going, "What the hell is going on here?"
I mean, for three main reasons, I think. First one, I mean, is the theme of the song. Second one, it was the 70s, so don't question that.
Drugs, clocks, more of them.
And the third thing is like this is the only one song in which everyone is considered to have a solo. So like this little fills on the rototoms are the drum solo for this track. We love you, Nick Mason.
You and your amazing mustache.
Yes.
If we get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, Simone will shave his beard so he has a Nick Mason mustache.
Yeah, and for who don't know what the Nick Mason mustache is, basically just this.
Yes.
Nothing here. If we get 1,500, I'm gonna buy a cowboy hat and start every podcast with.
No, we just need to get you a mole, and then we can do the Italian Lemmy.
Yes.
No.
So
as we were saying, like, we started talking earlier and we already like went through Breathe and On the Run. We've been speaking for like 5 minutes straight and the song just started.
Oh yeah.
There's a bit of latency between the laptop and the speaker.
We're listening to it with latency, but we can hear it because it's so quiet.
Coming
we can
from
hear
the mechanical and the vinyl as well, yeah.
which is really cool. Do you guys know how that happens?
If you want to try the same thing at home, guys, play this podcast on 2 different computers, shifted by like 2 seconds each. And
I thought it was like the like slight variations in the grooves that create different frequencies and stuff like that. I think in the vinyl, something like that. I don't know exactly how that works.
It's like through some sort of.
If someone does know how that works, let us know.
The way in which it works is basically like the like the little point. It rubs, and like by rubbing, you make a noise. It makes a noise even if you rub it against the table or against your skin. And I think there's like a little mic that then that then amplifies the thing and sends it to the computer.
Making people sick. There we go.
Yeah, gonna get nauseous on the vinyl.
So how sick were you while I was shaking the camera? Tell us in the comments.
Yeah, I think it is just generally moving a bit.
Yeah,
but it's
alright.
It's fine.
It should stop hitting the table. But
that's
it's
cool.
Quite funny.
So in theory, you can make a vinyl and a vinyl player out of anything. It's just vinyl's just so easy to get delicate.
Well, remember original vinyl was made out of shellac, wasn't it? Which was like basically beetle skin. Like beetle shells. They used to make vinyl. Like
and you had like the wax cylinders as well.
Yeah, because the actual thing that happened is that the fact that he's making the noise and the noise sounds like the song is because like the wave graph. How can we say like the wave?
Yeah.
Of the song, like as you would see like in some kind of like artwork or anything, is actually like printed really really finely in the vinyl. So when the little head scratches in that particular way, makes the sound of the song.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, this is a big scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could make a vinyl. In theory, you could make a vinyl like 4 times the size with grooves that were like this big, but you just need a bigger system in theory.
Yeah.
Giant vinyl.
Yeah. Chunk.
But although, just like we sound like millennials trying to discuss how vinyls work, but I'm quite proud
Technology.
because this is my first year of release, Dark Side of the Moon, which I'm quite happy about. My LP.
So original 1973.
Yeah. 73 pressed. It's not the first run that they did with like that's really expensive now.
So guys, this is actually 48.
48 this year.
It can be your dad, Josh.
Yeah, he's 48 this year.
Yeah, 48 this year.
No, my dad's 50 this year, so.
Yeah, I mean my dad is 60. So.
Older than my parents. But this song is unanimously agreed like one of the best on the album.
Yeah,
by far.
By far we listened to like 2 proper songs, but because one was like ambient noise and the other one was synth noises.
I mean like all the tracks on the album.
No, I'm joking. I think it's one of the best. This one, and for me, Brain Damage is the other one that
I think all of the songs sort of are really made what they are in context of the whole album when you listen to the whole thing. Just because of the way that each song sort of flows into one another, like especially the last few tracks on the album. The first time I listened to it, like I didn't know what was one track to another, and I really enjoyed that. Like I still don't, and I prefer listening to it that way.
I remember doing it as well. Yeah, I had it. In fact, the first time I heard it was on vinyl. It was this vinyl, and I listened to it non-stop, really, really loud, and just closed my eyes, and it was. So yes.
Well, I can't believe I lived my whole life up until last summer before I listened to Pink Floyd.
You're welcome.
Properly. Yeah, thank you. So much. I have you and my old boss to thank for getting me into Pink Floyd. So grateful about that.
Yes, Pink Floyd are fantastic.
Yeah, it's actually quite funny because I've been knowing Pink Floyd for a few years before listening to The Dark Side of the Moon. Just because I was introduced to like Wish You Were Here first, and then The Wall. I was massively into.
Your dad was quite into Floyd, wasn't he?
Yeah, my dad's massively into Floyd. Actually, the first time that I listened was with him, and I remember we were in the car, and like I don't even remember where to go, but like imagine it was night, and just like this music started to come out, and like dude, and I go like, Dad, what's that? I mean, like, it just doesn't sound like anything I've heard so far. And he was like, it's Pink Floyd, bro.
It's Pink Floyd, son. Don't worry. Your real world will be brighter from
Yeah, actually, I think that was kind of fun is that last summer we were doing a road trip, so we were getting in the car and I put dogs on.
Do you like dogs?
No, basically what happens is that he was driving, he just turns towards me and just goes like, "Mate, you really listen to boomer music." He keeps driving.
That's coming from your dad.
Yeah, which is 6.
Hi, Smiles, Dad.
Hi, Dad.
But this
Lots
is
of love.
This
you're
is
a boomer.
This is my favorite track on the album. I think I agree with you. Like they all kind of need the context, but this song like blew my mind the first time I heard it.
Actually, the context of this song is really interesting because Claire Torrey, the girl that like sang this part, she improvised, but it wasn't the first take. It was like the second and the third. She started with like "Baby Hey Yeah" because it was like early 70s, so kind of like late 60s hip and stuff. And they were like, just try to pretend to be an instrument.
Yeah, just yell.
It just comes from like another planet, if it makes sense. Like it's so passionate and tribal at the same time.
It was a jam, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, they had like
A
the
structure,
soundtrack of the song,
Yeah,
and she like worked in the studio. Sam woke off because it was Sunday. She wanted to go to a gig or something because she didn't really care about like Pink Floyd at the time because they weren't big. This is the first album of which they got big. She didn't even know it was on the record till the record was released.
Yeah, and then she didn't get like rights for like.
She got rights in 2005.
Yeah,
but
a long time.
It's like 40 years of this 70 million of records and she not earning a penny. Yay! Music industry,
yeah.
That's crazy though.
Josh, as a vocalist, like how technical is what she's doing?
How
hard? How like extreme? How much effort?
I mean, for me, yeah, that would take an incredibly, a huge amount of effort. That's just because like the range and stuff like that. But then even without the range, some of the intervals and the gaps between the notes and stuff, like they are difficult to do. And like I feel like when you're that gifted of a singer, like improvising something like that is probably easier than actually learning something like that that's already pre-recorded. Obviously, not saying that it's easy at all, but because it's not. But like that's pure soul and feeling. That wasn't written into the song. And like singing the pitch right is one thing, but then getting the vibrato and the emotion.
Yell as loud as you can.
Do you think it would be actually possible to write something like this?
Yeah.
Or is something that just comes from
That's
like closing your eyes and just letting go?
I think you can because like improvising, you are just sort of like unconsciously writing anyway. You just need to keep the same. I mean, I like to think of it like that.
Makes sense.
I think we're on the end of the first side.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to stop rolling. But
Oh no, we're still going.
Oh no, we still got some.
in case you were wondering, we cannot really hear the music too loudly.
It's
and it's delayed.
We know
again,
what's playing.
turn on 2 different computers just to try that. 2 seconds delay between one and the other. Do it.
Do it now. Do it. Subscribe.
Like Anakin in Star Wars 3. Do it.
Well, yeah. So how are you guys? Let's have a deep chat.
You
here.
asked us that.
Did I?
Yeah, early on, but we didn't really talk about it.
How are you guys properly? Let's just get down low and real for a second.
I'm properly fine. No, I'm not. It's really a sad life because there are a lot of uni exams and I just need to keep up with everything. We have 2 weeks.
Simone breaks down on camera live.
Yeah.
This will be on Pornhub soon. Italian man breaks down in front of camera.
Yeah, and where's the sequel?
Live.
Where you come and find me in my room.
I think I'm just missing a lot of stuff that we used to be able to do before lockdown.
Yes.
I guess I've realised how much I appreciated that stuff that we just sort of took for granted, and like even if it's just silly stuff, like how much I used to enjoy like having like, I don't know, like a pint after uni and just having time to sort of think about the day and calm down before I go. Well, not calm down, but chill out.
I mean, like we come to the point in which even go food shopping is kind of like the biggest thing that you can do during the day. So.
And just like when you used to walk around Brighton in the evening, and then you just be drawn into these random places, hearing bands playing and stuff like that, and just that whole feeling that you can just go out and just find things and places to go.
Going about like
parks and stuff.
Yeah, town.
It's really hard at the moment.
Anything like that would be genuinely nice at the moment, but that's kind of like indicative of the time, isn't it? Well, I mean, it's satisfying.
Time and money, right?
Well, yeah, time and money.
Yeah.
Speaking of money, they actually had to spend like an afternoon like tossing coins in a really giant jar, like made of tin, to record this thing. Yeah. Really?
Yeah. To create the loop, and the fact that the loop is in 7/4.
I thought it was more slot machine sounds.
I thought it was all stock.
No, they weren't rich at the time. They were like known, but not that much. If that makes sense. So like
that makes sense.
they were like tossing coins, ripping like paper, but like A4 paper. Not
We're lucky this is one of your favourite albums, because I did not do any preliminary research.
It's all right. Like
I know quite a lot of
we pose the questions. I'm not here to give anybody any information. We're just gonna like at the end of the day, we like this album, so we have a lot to talk about. It's gonna be interesting when we pick an album from random. We just don't know.
Yeah, because I've got a huge pile of vinyls that were sort of given to me by my granddad, and there's a lot of those in there that I don't think any of us have ever listened to, so they're quite interesting.
We listened to the Pink Floyd, the one
More.
Yeah.
More was so
it was good,
strange.
It was interesting because it was kind of a cross between the sort of psychedelia that you sort of used to hearing in the 60s, but then movie soundtrack as well.
Yeah. Because it was Pink Floyd, they had so much like freedom to just kind of be weird.
Was it 67 or 69?
I think it was 69. Because 67 was Papa the Girls of Dawn.
Yeah, I was going to say it was the first.
Which is, the first album.
Oh, yeah, probably was 69.
A good old Sid Barrett in the heart.
He would have still been alive at this point, wouldn't he?
I mean, he was alive till 2006, mate.
I thought it was 90s that he died.
No, 2006.
Oh wow! He nearly outlasted like Rick Wright.
Yeah, he died like 2 years after. For a second, I thought you were going to say outlasted Rick Astley. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, nearly. Rick Astley, wow.
Such a meme lord.
There's a meme.
Oh yeah.
Rick Astley basically explains me and my relationship with cigarettes. Never gonna give you up.
Never gonna let you. I just imagine that. This is just
never gonna put you out.
A parody of Josh just doing the Rick Astley dance and then just cigarettes. Just
well, why to imagine that when we can actually make it a reality?
We can do that.
You want it to be a reality? Put it in the comments.
Exactly. But the solo is fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really fun. It actually goes back in like straight time because he couldn't be bothered to play in 7/4, which is 100% fair. And it's not at the same time because 7/4 is quite fun.
Yeah, if you don't know what 7/4 means, it's the timing. So usually it's 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, or 3, like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
You generally is the number of bits that you have in a bar, so every time that the cycle repeats. When you have 7, it's really odd and weird and sounds like it doesn't really end. And
so the solo is going like 1, 2. I can't do it because the latency.
1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. But the actual verse goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's an odd one, but it's one of the most commonly known about like popular time signatures. Yeah,
so if you walk around and like there's a guy in an angle that's not really talking to everyone, you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
He's not.
Leave him alone. He's a musician.
Yeah. Okay? I mean, he has issues, but he's also a musician.
Yeah, but like you need a little bit of issues to be a musician, right?
Exactly. Guys? Yeah.
I don't have any issues.
Yeah, what are you saying? What are you insinuating there? So, Josh, hit us with a would you rather.
A would you rather? Off the top of my head.
Go for it. Josh is insane at coming up with
would you rather drink from a mug for the rest of your life that can never be washed, or eat from a fork with the same?
I mean, I'm kind of doing both at the moment, so I don't really know.
Yeah, nothing much changes. A mug. Oh, does that mean it gets like mouldy on the mug on the fork?
Well, you definitely get the tea stains, you know.
Oh.
I mean, like
you just can't wash it, basically.
You cannot wash it with soap, or you cannot even like put like water in it and just empty it.
I mean, you can wash it with your mouth as much as you want, technically, but just no soap.
I wouldn't really be wanting to imagine that.
A mug that has like loads of the stains on it, so it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. Like, you know, like they don't like.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just.
But also, you don't want to.
Doesn't look right.
You don't want to eat your cereal from the same fork. You want not actually. I don't know why you'd eat cereal with a fork in the first place.
You eat your pasta.
It depends on alternative you want to be. But.
We're training Josh in utensils. It's a slow process.
Yeah, no. I usually just eat with my feet.
Yeah. It's quite impressive.
Before or after you wash them?
Usually during.
Oh, yeah. Now a lot of your soups get explained now.
It was meant to be a sandwich.
A good old Raymond bar.
Yeah, Rayman. Good old Rayman.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, now.
So this
Jeremy.
Yes.
Tell us something about your relationship with guitar playing.
It's purely platonic. There's nothing sexual about it.
I wouldn't say so. I hear you.
I was gonna leave it. I was gonna see how long until someone would comment, and it would be awkward.
Not long.
Okay, let's do it again. Jeremy, describe your relationship with music.
It was the moment's gone.
You also got the question wrong.
Anyway, I love guitar playing in as much as it's a part of me, and it's how I feel like I can speak the best words, because obviously I can't in real life. What about you?
You're not actually speaking because you're playing guitar.
Yes. I speak more words with every note I play than any word or sentence I say.
Oh, so you're a good passionate about German philosophy, and in particular about Schopenhauer, which said that music is the best art because it doesn't really communicate with words. So, sorry Josh, you're fired.
Come on, if Gangnam Style taught you anything, it's that music does definitely communicate.
I know.
I know everything and nothing about what he said in that song. So what about you, Simone? Why do you love guitar playing?
I mean, it's kind of a weird question. I think that I had some tough moments when I was younger, and playing guitar kind of got me out of them. And it was weird. It was a weird feeling because it's like, imagine when you're on stage and you just let yourself go to the point in which you don't even perceive yourself anymore. Everything that you do, everything that you are, it's just like you playing guitar on that occasion. Everything kind of drifts away, and it's kind of nice. It's kind of peaceful.
That was beautiful. And perfectly synchronized with the new song that is playing now.
No, but no, there is just something about being on stage that does.
That's true.
It hits a spot.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely. And you know, I mean, actually performing would be a dream once again. But again, we're in one of those situations where we can't do anything like that. So we're doing...
Yeah, plus we had a lot of fun gigs, especially with the band. We managed to get big stages, small stages, medium stages with 300 or 200 people. It's always been fun.
Shameless self-promotion.
Sorry.
That was Concord though, being on the...
What, 3 people at Concord?
No, 3 people at Concord, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the bit more entertainment gigs as well, you know, it's such a shame with COVID that we haven't been able to do those this year, because even if you're not playing, it's just really fun to go to because of how many different bands they put on, and just the vibe. I always enjoy it.
And the after party.
And the after party.
I don't think I've ever been to a single after party.
I've not been to an official.
I think I've been through a lot of
all of them.
No, kinda. Let's say the memories are slightly blurred.
We're still in the after party.
Yeah. We just haven't left
haven't
yet.
Stopped.
Never stopped.
Since April 2020.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually no, March 2020.
March.
April 2020 was mid lockdown.
We got to celebrate a year of lockdown in just a month.
Yeah. To date this podcast.
Yeah.
don't skip the final. I feel like we've done that already so far.
We probably have.
But Josh, let's taking a step back. What do you? Because you have a guitar, you play guitar. What do you enjoy about guitar playing?
About guitar playing.
Yeah.
Just I don't know. Like when like there's a backing track or something like that. Like it's a lot of fun to play guitar rather than to sing over it sometimes. Because sometimes I can't be asked to like be coming out with words on the spot, and I just want to sort of have feeling. But I think for me mainly it was just that like. In my town where I grew up, I didn't really know many people that were into music, so guitar was quite nice just to sort of give myself a framework of learning to start sort of writing songs and stuff like that, mainly.
Yeah, that's cool, and like having the actual company music go well with your voice.
I also think for music theory, like being able to play guitar is just like, it's given me something to put, when I learn something, to put it in practice. Like, when it comes to sort of theory, I haven't done too much as far as learning scales and stuff properly as a singer, but I think it's because I've sort of based that understanding from guitar, so I've not really felt the need as much. But
yeah, I mean, it makes sense. That was our application to Berkeley Music College in Boston. Please let us know and tick the below to see if we got in.
Yeah, click subscribe and the notification bell so you can know real time if we got in Berkeley. We didn't.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
So, who would win in a fight, David Gilmour or Roger Waters?
Roger Waters.
I mean,
well, really?
The thing is that Waters is a lot angrier. like you can tell even now that he's like 80. Like you can tell when you see his face, he's like. Like him was like, chill down, bro. Everything's alright. Everything is fine.
Gilmour's a bit more sad, and I don't mean that in the he's lame. he's a little mopey boy. Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think he just really chilled. If that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, he is quite chill as well. I think he feels a lot more than Roger Waters, whereas Roger Waters is a bit more punk.
Yeah, I think he got in the wrong band. He was originally supposed to go in the Sex Pistols, and then like eventually went
anti-establishment.
Can you imagine that, Roger Waters?
The sex wall. Oh, gross.
What did you just make me imagine, bro?
It's called a glory hole.
No.
Sex hole.
No, still Panther.
Comfortably bum.
I remember now. I always wish you were beer.
Comfortably bum.
Oh. Gross. So, who'd win a fight between you two?
He's a black belt, bro. I'm not gonna.
That's true.
You know.
Yeah. We can't really.
Yeah, and then I have all the exam stress that I need to take
Both of us
out.
against someone. Well, it's a 2-on-1. It changes things.
What would you think? Could you take both of us on?
It depends the one which we're fighting. If we're fighting like to have a laugh, probably no. If we're fighting like a real situation, probably yes.
The death.
So Simone trusts himself.
Yeah. I mean, I've done a few competitions when I was younger, and like a few of them were against guys that were like a lot bigger than me. Is imagine like, I don't know, confront like me and like a moderately short person.
Yeah.
But the short person is me, and me is like the guy that I was going against. So basically, it was like this taller than me. Quite a lot heavier. And still, I still a part of my jury remembers that kick in the head.
Did you manage to get him in the face though?
Yeah.
Yeah,
a couple of times.
Okay, that's fine. David and Goliath story. Josh, did you do any martial arts when you were young?
Not when I was young. No,
Another year old.
did a little bit jiu-jitsu when I was 19, and then did kickboxing last year before lockdown happened, and I was enjoying that. But yeah.
What about you, Jeremy? Did you used to do martial arts or just knife fights?
How did you know? How else am I gonna keep
you're screaming yourself.
my employees safe, okay? But I did Tang Soo Do when I was younger, but I didn't get very far with it.
Tang Soo Do, what's that?
It's similar. It's what Taekwondo is based on, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's is it Korean?
Yeah.
I can't remember if Tang Soo Do is
Korean. Yeah, it
or
should be
not.
Korean.
But yeah, they took Tang Soo Do and they like the Wonder
No.
I can't remember what they're called. But the Korean warlords at the time, and then they took like Tang Soo-do and turned it into Taekwondo. I think.
Yeah, because Taekwondo is quite recent. It comes from the 50s.
Oh, does it? I thought
Yeah.
it was older than that.
No, it's even like martial arts like judo. They're not that old. They like belong to the beginning of the 20th century.
BJJ is the same.
BJJ is probably slightly later because he's the jiu-jitsu master from Japan that eventually landed in Brazil.
Went to Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
I think it was early 1900s though. BJJ with the Gracie family.
Might be.
Let me look it up quickly.
Sure.
Okay, this is Josh dissociating from the podcast.
No.
Welcome from an intermission.
Welcome from the DemureCast with just two people.
We're gonna take an ad break.
Let's call it 2 people and a half because if we use man, it was copyrighted. Okay.
2 and another, not 1, but less than 1 man.
Yeah, it was developed to around 1920, so yeah, early 1900s.
Oh, cool.
Well, not super early, but.
So it's turning around
Still.
100. Yay!
Yeah.
Let's all wish a happy birthday to Grandpa BJJ.
Well, how old's karate then?
Oh, karate.
Karate, I
very
think,
old.
is older. But all of these martial arts are actually like derived from all the
Just
family techniques
Yeah, unique.
from the warlords and
That's
stuff
like
that then were
kung fu.
put all together.
Well, it's like
called a martial art.
it's like music, you know. Like before, you know, genres were even conceivable. You know, there was tribal music that different cultures would have their own instruments. That eventually, as cultures started mixing, then there started to be a difference, I suppose.
Definitely, yeah.
interesting.
I mean, you can see like the correlation with, you know, how culture evolved in like the 20th century.
Like
it all kind of happens around the same time.
like
Modernism.
MMA is like the prog of combat sports.
Kind of, yeah.
or the jazz fusions. So, like something like that.
Like 2 minutes of fighting and
Yeah.
2 minutes of playing jazz.
Krav Maga is gen.
Yeah.
Krav Maga.
Krav Maga is like power metal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then,
I could see that.
oh, we came to the kind of like the last track on the song. Because
Oh.
generally speaking, the last two are put together.
What is the last track again?
Where's
It's
the
called
lunatic?
Brain Damage.
This is brain damage.
I think he's on the grass. Have you
He's on
checked the
the grass.
garden?
Oh yeah, there he is.
Well, what's the second to last track then?
It's Brain Damage. And the very last one is called Eclipse.
Eclipse.
It's funny
But
'cause
they are
it's-
so sequential that
Yeah.
you basically don't
I
tell
keep
the
thinking
difference.
that you say brand image instead of brain damage.
I forget
I
about,
mean, like the brand
Eclipse.
image is right there, with the triangle rotating on the vinyl.
Free promotion. Also, we're gonna link somewhere where you can buy Pink Floyd's music.
Yes.
You know, in the eventuality we get a copyright strike, because it will happen. We know that.
I mean,
But,
if
you
it
know.
happens, we live in the same city at Gilmore. We can
Yeah.
just like knock at the door of his house and just be like, "Hey, dude,
I know.
sorry, can you free your
Guys,
our
guys,
podcast?"
I know where he lives.
Me too.
I used to live right next door. Well, not
Did you?
quite.
I
Down the
deliver.
street.
I
But
deliver.
literally, it was at the end of my road.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I deliver food to his house. No, it wasn't.
It's
It
quite
was
a-
just the
yeah.
house. It was just the house next.
There's
Please,
quite a few famous people in Brighton. I think
That's true.
PewDiePie lives in Brighton as well.
Yeah, I
he
think
does.
Belder Finn lives in Brighton too.
PewDiePie.
Belder Finn.
Isn't she the one that
Yeah,
sold her
Belder Fiend,
bathwater?
Jacksepticeye.
Something like that.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
sold her.
yeah.
Yeah. No, she has a massive career on Pornhub.
She's
so.
doing the porns now. Who else did that? What's his name? Nick Cave. He used to live here before his son tragically passed away.
Yeah, from our Italian friends, a guy called Montemagno lives here too.
But it's-
He makes a lot of videos for like tutorials and
Oh,
stuff.
okay, that's cool.
But he's more like a guy that really understands like social dynamics and the internet, how it works, and just basically makes
Interesting.
tutorial and like.
And then you got
Question.
like people like Royal Blige came from Brighton. There's a
Yeah.
rapper called Ocean Wisdom comes from Brighton as well.
The cooks come from Brighton.
Oh yeah, they do, don't
Oh,
they?
yeah.
Well, they come from Bin Brighton, but I don't know whether they
Architects
grew
come
up in Brighton as well. Architects.
Architects
Yeah.
come from Brighton.
Yeah, they do.
So basically, everyone comes from Brighton. We're
I
from
thought, I
Brighton
thought
too.
you got architects everywhere.
Bro, that joke was so bad, and the vinyl
The
just
vinyl
switched to
stopped.
Eclipse. No, actually, I didn't, but fair.
Almost.
But yeah, so yeah, we're from Brighton. We're a Brighton-based band. You know,
Well,
like,
not originally from Brighton, but
not all of us.
I mean,
live in Brighton.
none of us is actually from Brighton. We're from basically all over Europe. I'm from Italy. Our bass player is from France. This guy is British. This guy is Josh.
Yeah.
So
Folkestonian.
Folkestonian, yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
at the Folkestonian Institute of Technology. Yeah.
And for
Kinda
those
sounds good.
Fit.
Huh?
Fit.
Fit.
FIT. Folkestonian Institute of Technology.
So how are you?
Fit.
I'm fit. Oh, so you go to the gym? No way.
And for those of you outside the UK, basically we live in London, and all of the UK is London. So just remember that. You know,
Yes.
we're from London. You know, just remember.
They are
that.
from London too.
They're from London too.
Josh is from London.
Simone's from London.
I'm from London.
He's got a very thick London.
He is London.
Oh yeah, East
Like
London.
everything is like embracing Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm from East London.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I am the London.
I'm from South. Now we had to fight.
And
Ah.
our bass player has another cool band called Linden.
Which is from
Nice.
London.
And they've brought a video out recently, haven't they?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think they've been playing by BBC Introducing too.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. Oh, yeah,
recently.
that's what I saw.
I didn't know
yeah,
this.
so check them out.
So check them out too,
they're doing well.
Lyndon.
Lyndon, we're doing shout outs now. Josh, do you have anything else to shout out? Your other
band? Oh yes, my other band. Yeah, I've recently joined a band called Room 11. Started a band called Room 11 partially. We've got a single coming out at some point as well. So we're on Instagram at the moment. Don't think we've got a Facebook.
Guys, write down on the calendar at some point. Okay,
At some
stay
point.
tuned.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I belong to in a band that is called Iron Drift, which is kind of like metal oriented and quite of a cinematic inspiration, let's say.
I belong to no one.
You belong to me, darling.
But again, excuse the shameless plugs, but this is the first episode. We're getting it out of the way now. We were not going to do it again. I promise you, please, online chat. Make fun of me, but spare my two homeboys.
Or make fun of us and spread
Or make
Jeremy.
fun of us.
Or just spread on Jerry.
Yeah, no, it's
Spread Jeremy on toast.
It's interesting. My butt kind of hurts too.
This is not a
Yeah, this is
comfortable bench.
because
We-
you
we-
are
we
getting
need
on.
We need to get some pillows.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe I just need to do some squats. Get some natural pillows in there.
So
we end up on the conclusive words on the album.
The album.
Then there's
Definitely.
no dark side of the moon, really. As a matter of fact, it's
But
all
the-
dark.
the party doesn't stop there. It stops when we want it to stop.
I mean, actually, it's ended.
Wait, what are you saying?
And say that the album is finished.
I don't know what those words mean.
It means that like you need to get this up, flip the album, and put it on the center ring.
To start
That's
again.
absolutely what it means. Do it. It's Pink Floyd, guys.
Do it. Check
Do
out
it.
Dark Side of the Moon if you haven't heard it already. Seriously. Well, I mean, you just did, but you heard us idiots talking over it.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
So go listen to it properly. But anything else you guys want to say? We might. So in the future, sorry, before we get to that, we might run a little bit longer than the actual episode. It's just the actual vinyl, just because we want to have plenty of space for you.
Basically, if we want to keep talking, we're going to keep talking, and you have to watch
Yeah,
it.
shut up and listen.
Yeah, just gonna say, like, thank you to everyone that is watching this, and if you have any vinyls to suggest, then
Hell yeah.
give us a shout if we have them, and we can get them, relatively, less expensively. Then we'll, be happy to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, guys, peace, love, make love, and goodbye.
Mm.
Bye from Demure.
Bye bye.
Have a
Also,
good one.
check us out on anything that is down below. We're doing everything. We're having fun.
You could have phrased that better.
Check us out.
Check on the Spotify, Bedroom Sickness, Sexy Jeremy,
Sexy Jeremy.
Josh. Goodbye.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.